Learn how to effectively adjust poor lower back alignment for lasting relief. If your lower back posture resembles this, but you'd prefer it to look more like this, you're in the right spot. This video is designed for you. Today, I will walk you through 6 effective exercises that target lower back posture correction. Additionally, these exercises can alleviate any discomfort or pinching you may feel in your lower back. The effectiveness of these exercises comes from addressing the root cause of the issue. Tightness in your hip flexors and lower back pulls your pelvis into this position. Meanwhile, weak lower abs and glutes cannot help unround your pelvis or straighten your back. By stretching the tight areas, your hip flexors and lower back, and strengthening the weak areas, your lower abs and glutes, your pelvis can unround. This will lead to an improved posture for your back, helping you look and feel much better. Let's begin with my favorite stretch for the hip flexors. Start by getting into a tall kneeling position with one foot in front. I have my left foot forward, kneeling on my right knee. From here, maintain an upright posture as you shift your weight forward onto your front foot. Keep going until you feel a stretch in the front of your hip. It can even enhance your stretch if you contract the glute on the same side. Squeeze the glute and lean your waist forward until you feel the stretch in your hip flexor. Hold this for about 20 seconds and repeat 3 times on the right side. Don't forget to do this 3 times on the left side as well. That's my top stretch for addressing tight hip flexors. For the lower back, I suggest a couple of different stretches to begin with. If kneeling causes knee pain or discomfort, I recommend the double knee to chest stretch. To perform this stretch, lie flat on your back. Grab both knees and pull them towards your shoulders. This action helps to unround the pelvis. It encourages your lower back to bend in the opposite direction, which is beneficial for loosening it. Hold this comfortable position for 20 seconds and repeat 3 times. If kneeling isn't an issue for you, the child's pose stretch is excellent for your lower back. Begin on all fours, with hands out in front. Then, while keeping your hands down, kneel onto your heels until you feel a stretch in your lower back. Your entire back will round into a C shape during this stretch. Again, hold this position for about 20 seconds, release, and then go back into the stretch again. Repeat this process 3 times for optimal effect. These exercises help lengthen tight areas, promoting freedom of movement in your lower back. Next, we need to focus on strengthening these areas. To start, we will train your back and pelvis to maintain an optimal position. This is where a posterior pelvic tilt exercise comes in handy. Lie down on your back with your knees bent. You might notice that your lower back arches up from the floor, creating space beneath it. Concentrate on your hips and lower abs. Contract your lower abs to flatten your back onto the ground, drawing your pelvis back. This action creates the posterior pelvic tilt. Hold this for 2 to 3 seconds before relaxing. Then, arch your back again and flatten it back down. Keep engaging those abdominal muscles consistently. Hold that flattening for another 3 seconds before arching again. This exercise is great for improving mobility in your lower back and pelvis. Aim for 10 to 20 repetitions. We can progress the strengthening by adding a reverse crunch. The setup remains the same, lying on your back, knees bent. First, perform the posterior pelvic tilt to flatten your lower back against the ground. Maintain this position as you lift your heels off the ground and then lower them back down. Notice that lowering your legs will want to arch your back up from the mat. Engage those lower abs to keep your back flat while lifting your legs toward the ceiling and lowering them again. Aim for 10 repetitions, repeating this 3 times. Once this feels manageable, a strong exercise is the plank. We'll start in a modified plank position on our stomachs. Pop up onto your knees and elbows, maintaining a straight alignment. Pay attention to not allow your back to arch excessively, which will lead to improper form. Engage your lower abs to help flatten your back in the plank position. This setup makes the exercise slightly more challenging but very effective. You want to hold this position, maintaining the static strength needed to keep your pelvis and back aligned. Aim to hold for at least 30 seconds, repeating 3 times. If you can, challenge yourself to go longer, up to 45 to 60 seconds would be ideal. This routine works well for your lower abs. Finally, we must address strengthening the glutes, as they often weaken and fail to correct pelvic rounding. The exercise I recommend, without needing equipment, is a single leg bridge. Start on your back with knees bent. Extend your left leg straight while engaging your right glutes to lift your hips toward the ceiling. Hold this position for 3 seconds, and then slowly return to the starting position. Aim for 4 repetitions like this. In total, do 10 to 15 repetitions on one side before switching to the other. Make sure you evenly work both sides, 10 to 15 repetitions on the right, 10 to 15 on the left. Repeat this entire sequence 3 times. I hope this guide helps you look and feel better.